Good morning. It's fancy coffee time. Did you sleepy good? No. I had to go back to MedExpress yesterday because the poison ivy is not going away. And I'm going to tell you a really funny story about poison ivy. Got some milk. So, poison ivy has not gotten better. As a matter of fact, I had a massage scheduled yesterday that I was so looking forward to. And then I woke up and I was like, why am I so much itchier? Today, I had new poison ivy. New. Brand new. Didn't show up a couple weeks ago. So, ended up going to MedExpress. Now, someone recently, this person's a silly goose. They told one of my friends that poison ivy might be my karma. For what? Cleaning my yard? Like, are you serious? Anyways, it's not karma. It's the fact that I forgot the whole leaves of 3 leave them be for 4 days straight. And when I say for 4 days straight, I realize now why I got poison ivy so bad, okay? Did you know the doctor at MedExpress told me that poison ivy can legitimately continue showing up for up to 2 weeks. I'm right after the 2-week mark. Up to 2 weeks after exposure. Okay, so here's what happened. When I started on the hedges, I started working on the yard that week on Wednesday, okay? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days in a row, I was carrying pallets down to get them to the back, right? Because I had like 30 some pallets up here in the yard. And I was like, oh, let me carry these pallets down. Well, I didn't know until Saturday. I did not know that there was like poison ivy growing up my back steps. So what happened is basically I bumped booties with poison ivy for 4 days straight. Why did I put this in here? Because every time I went up and down those stairs, I was rubbing all over poison ivy. Well, then I dig in with my phalanges and start pulling all the weeds. So the doctor said basically the reason why I have it so bad is because I exposed myself to it multiple days in a row. She also asked, she was like, was it really hot out the day you were working on the yard? I was like, girl, I was sweating in places I don't even think Jesus knew existed. That was it too. So apparently the sweat helped the oil of the poison ivy lightly trickle all over my body. Now, what I did not know about poison ivy is that it is like super duper sticky. We have washed, I've wiped my animals down with towels. I have washed every handle. Oh God, hot flash. Oh God. I've done everything. Okay? The poison ivy is not going away, and now we know why. It's because I way cross-contaminated. But I did get a steroid cream. Oh, good morning, honey. So basically that whole day that we were outside, that I was covered in poison ivy oil, and I was sweating everywhere because it was hot as Hades, I traveled poison ivy all over my body. And that's why it's not getting any better. Okay, but now we have a steroid cream. And the doctor at MedExpress, she was like, or urgent care, it's not MedExpress anymore. I keep calling it wrong. The doctor at urgent care, because I just had the one prescription, it was like a 10-day steroid pack. She was like, we can't give you steroids again. They should have given me an injection last night. That's what she said. But because I apparently am someone who is highly allergic to poison ivy. And that's not karma, silly. That's because I went and played outside. People think that they can like determine what other people's karma is, and that's so funny to me. Anywho, it's Toot Spruits. We have a steroid cream now. And she said to me, she goes, you're not gonna wanna hear this. I said, what? She said, in 2 weeks, if it's not clear, come back. No. Like, I've had poison ivy for almost 3 weeks now. And I'm not sleeping good, Susan, because it's so itchy. Like, my legs, it's all over my legs. I gotta text Maddie from the gym and let her know I'm not gonna be there on time. I'm taking my time getting ready. Do you know why? Because I'm not sleeping good. Why am I not sleeping? Because I'm itchy. I'm itchy. And I was gonna like rush and get to the gym this morning. No, I'll get there when I get there. Today's gonna be a busy day. Guess what I have going on today? Can you guess? Well, I would be all excited and say I'm going to see Sudbilly, but I'm not. I'm going to see Sudbilly's husband. Getting some tattoo today. Getting some tattoo today. I fucking love adult stickers. I love adult stickers. So, just on Sunday, My best friend looked at me and said, we need a best friend date, which we do. We used to go out on best friend dates all the time when I was disabled. All the time. Like, him and I would sneak off and we'd go out to lunch, and then we'd bring my husband leftovers and be like, hey, we went on a best friend date. So he said to me on Sunday, he was like, we need a best friend date. We haven't had a best friend date in forever. And I was like, that's correct, sir. So Monday, I went down to Sudbury to take her Nancy Nespresso. Did you guys see she got Nancy? She printed, first of all, Sudbury has been holding back on these 3D prints, okay? Because she printed a whole ass Nespresso pod in like magical galactic colors, okay? Second of all, went down to see her and take her Nancy Nespresso, and I got to love on her. I felt so bad. Like, I've known Jess for years, and I have never seen her in pain. Like, I know she's got, like, pain threshold of a gangster. But I've never seen her in pain like I did on Monday. I felt so bad. Like, she can't sit, she can't stand. She can't sit, like, everything is painful. She'll be standing for 5 minutes, she's got to sit. She sits for 10 minutes, she's got to stand. So she's dealing with a broken tailbone right now. And I went down to take her Nancy Nespresso. And when I was there, I told Tom, I was like, TJ said we need our best friend date, so we got to get something scheduled for our tattoos. And he was like, you want to do Wednesday? He had a cancellation for today. A 7-hour slot. We're not taking all 7 hours for tattoos. But we're going down. Okay, so I think I'm going to start my back piece. I think. Not exactly sure. I'll show you what my back tattoos look like. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do on the back, you see those 2 tattoos? They're going to get connected. The butterfly, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to happen, but the top butterfly, the bottom butterfly was the first tattoo I ever got. My dad was very angry with me about that, okay? He told me that he was very disappointed that his daughter got a tramp stamp. I love it. Upper tattoo I got after my grandma Irene died, in memory of her. So these 2 tattoos are like 20 years old, literally. So I'm just gonna give Tom creative freedom. It's pretty much what I always do. I pick something out, I send him a picture. He's at Country Roads Tattoo in West Virginia. He's done. He did this piece, 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 he did this, he did this. What other ones did he do? Yeah, those are all the tattoos of mine. Tom is done. I love tattoos, okay? But anyways, he does a phenomenal job. And I love a tattoo artist that I can go to and it's just like fun. You know, like Tommy is fucking hysterical. He will have you dying laughing. One time he was like tattooing like right here and he had me laughing so hard that I almost fucked up my own tattoo from laughing. Okay? Because like you can't be this close to me making me laugh with a tattoo gun. Anyways, so I think I'm gonna start my back piece. And Tommy has an idea of what to do with my back piece. I pretty much tell him like the style that I want. Like I want like a wispy mandala style, and he comes up with something. So I don't know what I'm getting, but I do know there's 2 things that, so the upper back, I want to pull that butterfly and I want to like open it up to my whole back. And then I want to somehow connect that butterfly and the lower butterfly. And I think what I'm going to do is create like a vine of flowers to connect them and have the flowers be me, my husband, and my kids, all of our birthday flowers, but in black and white. I don't want color. I don't want color. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then for my 2-year sobriety date that's coming up in September, I know which tattoo I want. I know. There was probably about 8 months ago, someone that commented over on my Jeezy, okay, my iJeezy, and I had posted a video about, you know, how grateful I was for recovery and things like that. Because I do believe there's a difference between sobriety and recovery. I think sobriety, you're off the substance of choice, right? And you just give it up. I think recovery is doing the mental aspect, the healing. That's the recovery part for me. So anyways, I posted a video over there on Jeezy, and someone commented that she had read a poem, and the very last line of this poem, and I can't remember the name of the poem or anything, maybe someday I'll look it up, but the very last line of this poem, it was talking about sobriety and recovery, and it said that I gave up one thing for everything. So my tattoo that I want to get, because I have been wanting to get something to celebrate my recovery, and I haven't yet, because it's just hasn't been time, but we're getting there. So the next tattoo that I get is going to be, I think, here, maybe, boom and boom. It's gonna say, the palm or whatever said, you know, I gave up one thing for everything. So I think I'm gonna get one thing, everything. You know what I'm saying? One thing for everything right there. Or I can do it back here. That way when I'm like lifting weights, well, no, I can't really do it back there because that'll run into that tattoo. So probably right there. One thing for everything, probably. Maybe, who knows, it might change, but someone commented that and I was like, this is going on my body, just so you know. Today's gonna be a really busy day. I got a lot to get done. I had to go get my workout done, come home. I need to prep dinner, get that in going before I leave in the Instant Pot. I'm doing turkey beans for dinner. Well, my freezer broke, so we lost everything. And what you guys don't know is that freezer, we lost 50 pounds in straight meat. But I lost all of my meal preps that I make. So every couple months, I do a big, huge thing of beans. When I say big, huge pot of beans, pounds of beans, okay? So this one, I'm doing a mixed bean. And a lot of people don't understand. Some of your strongest nutritional value comes from these things right here. These cost me less than $4. And then I bought some smoked turkey drumsticks. So I will cook these up in a pan with turkey drumsticks. I'm gonna soak these first. Cook them up in the Instant Pot with turkey drumsticks, some celery, some carrot, some onion. And then after they cook, you season beans after they're cooked. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I can always tell when a bean is seasoned before it cooked. And I'll tell you why. The shell on the outside. It's the texture of it. I like my beans super duper duper soft. So if you don't put salt in, you can put herbs, like aromatics, okay? Like I'll put the onion, the celery, and the probably green pepper and garlic in with the beans. That will be all that goes in there, the smoked turkey drum. Because of the simple fact that the beans, the sodium prevents the shell of the bean from breaking down and softening as much. So this is what I'm making for dinner tonight. We will be having turkey beans with rice and then a veggie. When I get home, I'll probably just microwave some broccoli because tattoo day, obviously, tattoo day. So yeah, how great. So anyways, I want to stock my freezer with the beans because we lost all of our turkey beans that we had. We lost all of our rices. Like when I make rice for dinner, if there's like leftover, I'll throw it in a food vacuum bag and freeze it in like portions for me and my husband. That way I just fucking throw that. You take the rice in the vacuum bag and throw it in a little thing of boiling water and it warms it right up perfect. Okay. So those are like things. So we lost all of our meal prep that was in the freezer. So I do have to work on that. The problem is that this week is like crazy busy. I went yesterday, got shopping done. I did the fridge restock. Do you want to see the new fridge? And I do have a video from Samuel's Clubhouse for the fridge restock. It was a fun one. Okay. It was really fun. But here's the new fridge. Do you want to see my favorite part of the new fridge? You're gonna laugh so hard. Legitimately, I shit you not, my fridge has a weenus. No joke. Look. It's a little weenus. It's a little chilled weenus. It's the water thing. It's hidden on the inside. And it's got a little, it's just like a little 1-incher, but a man would totally post online and say that's 4. But that's not 4 inches. It's 1. I promise. Do you want to know how I know? Because my daddy, he taught me how to use measuring tape. Okay, that's the new fridge. She's gorgeous, isn't she? Beautiful. Beyond grateful for this refrigerator. Because last week I almost had a meant to be. Okay, I almost snapped. Which, I mean, really wouldn't have been surprising if I did. I'm just saying. So yeah, we have a weenus in the fridge. That's our water dispenser. How exciting. I like not having anything on the outside of the fridge. Although we kind of did fuck up. We thought this fridge was a little bit smaller. It's actually bigger than our other fridge. You could, like, it's like you could barely open the door over here. Like that much away from blocking the door. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah. I went and got the shopping done yesterday. Grateful for that. Dropped way too much money on restocking this fridge. But again, I'm grateful that I had the money to do it. Because even last month, like, my husband said the other day, he's like, babe, how come is it whenever you get like a really good pay, everything goes wrong? I said, because the universe is providing for us, darling. That's exactly it. It's not everything goes wrong. It's I'm grateful that I can handle this right now. And I think that maybe all of these things happening, it's not karma, like some people would say. By the way, 18 minutes of your time has now been invested into me. Anyways, thank you for that. It's not karma, like some people would say. I think that a lot of these things happening is a test from the universe on my mindset. That's what I think. Because I know that everyone can get like snippy, right? And I have always been one, like growing up with my stepmom, she would just snap and like scream at you. And I've never been that person. So even when I'm like overwhelmed, like for instance, the other day, I'm trying to put the damn fridge together. And my husband's on the phone with me. He's asking me 90 questions about the fridge. And I'm fighting with the shelf in this for my life, right? I was like, Jason, I don't have time. So like, I know a lot of people who would have like snapped at their husbands and been like, shut the fuck up. Leave me alone, I'm busy. I don't do that, right? I think that a lot of this stress that I had last week was a test on my mindset. And I fucking passed with flying colors. Because I took hold of my power, my energy, and my circumstances. And I made the best fucking possible option for it. That is something to be proud of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't letting the bad shit run us anymore, okay? It's all here. It's all here. And if you just so happen to have a bad day and you need to go get your hair chopped off and it's going to take 10 years off of your face, you go do that. You go do that, Booski. You chop that hair, baby, and have a great fucking day, you know? So, yeah. So let me know what you think I'm getting tattooed. Because I don't know. I will tell you if you're right, but I really don't know. Tommy's coming up with something. Sent pictures of my back, and he'll create something magical. I know he will. I trust him 100%. So, yeah. And I'm excited to hang out with my best friend today. We have not had a best friend date. Well, we went to Young Gravy. That was a best friend date. And that was in November, I think, or December. So, that was our last best friend date. And so, we're overdue. So, we're going to go to Two's, go grab lunch, and then we have 3 hours travel time to fucking rock out and have a full-ass concert in the car. Me and my best friend, you don't understand what happens when we get in that car. Okay? First of all, the songs hit every single time. My best friend has a mix that he made. It's like a 9-minute song, and it is legitimately like the best 90s, 2000s song mixed together. I make him play it for me all the time. So, yeah. And tomorrow is super busy. Friday is even busier. We have everybody coming over Saturday for the 4th, so we got a lot to do. I did get a little 10x6 blow-up pool and some water blasters for the baby. The poison ivy is growing back. But Maddie said she'll pull the weeds for me because she can't get poison ivy, so she's going to pull it and treat it. Because when I tell you, like, I exposed myself to that poison ivy, you guys, the vines were crawling all the way up the stairs. And every time I carried a pallet down and up the stairs, I was walking through the poison ivy. That's why my legs are as bad as they are. Like, the legs got it the worst. Okay, my arms had it bad, but this is all healed up, but the legs are the absolute worst. And that's where, like, the legs and stomach is where it's still, showing up at. And, yeah, now I know what poison ivy looks like. I'll never forget that. Hot flashes, man. Perimenopause. She's such a sweetie, isn't she? I love her. Love her. Love her. But I do need to get into the doctor and work on these hormones because, damn, Susan. Damn. It came out of nowhere. And how are you guys surviving the heat? Especially if you're in Pittsburgh. Listen, I went last week, Saturday actually, I went to Ollie's and I bought 2 of these big 18-inch high velocity fans with this heat wave because we looked at the weather. Look, I'm old now. I check the weather 10 days out, okay? As soon as I saw 90 degrees, I said, ooh, we need to go buy some fans. So I went and I bought 2 high velocity fans. Put one right here in the dining room in front of the cold air vent. And then I put one in the living room. And these have been running 24/7 since yesterday. Yesterday morning, I think, is when I put them up. No, Monday. 24/7 since Monday evening. That way we can kind of counteract the heat, you know, because with these fans running, and we have one in the bedroom on high too, just circulating air. With all 3 of these fans running 24/7, it is still, my air conditioning is set at 68. Hold on, let me look. Well, it came down overnight, so it's down to 69, but it was at like 75 yesterday in the house. So if we didn't have these fans, we mainly got them because we didn't want to overload our air conditioner. Because you know how like once it runs and runs and runs and runs, it can break. We didn't want that to happen. Mercury's in retrograde. We gotta protect the appliances, okay? I think that's what happened with the fridge. It was like Mercury was like, hey, retro vibes. Something happened, I don't know. Okay, 3 things I'm grateful for. My best friend. I'm gonna be spending the whole day with him today, and I'm so excited. Second thing I'm grateful for is my husband. Last night I was so tired. I was so tired. I was like, I'm exhausted with the poison ivy, and I was like laying down for bed. I got home late because I don't think I got home until like 8:30 at night, which is way past my bedtime, you guys. So I got home, I threw together a salad with some rotisserie chicken for dinner. He had already eaten, and I go lay down, and I'm in bed, and I'm like, oh, I hope I can fall asleep. I completely forgot. My day was so thrown off yesterday that I went to bed without a cup of tea. And my husband comes in and he goes, baby, do you want your tea? Yes, I do. So he made me gingerbread spice tea, and it helped me fall asleep. He never misses, you know. Third thing that I'm grateful for is me passing my test to the universe and all the negative energy. Fucking passed it with flying colors. And I always will. I always will. I graduated college with 3.98 GPA. Okay? I was president of the National Technical Honor Society. I was the lead booster club member. I do not like to fail tests, and I passed this one. So tell me 3 things you love about yourself, 3 things you're grateful for. I hope you have a magnificent Wednesday, and thanks for coming to Fancy Coffee Time. Okay, love you, bye.